Okay, I thought it was gonna be a little too dark, y'all. I thought it was gonna be a little too dark. Oh my gosh. All right. Welcome to Weird and Woo Woo. I'm weird. We get a little woo woo. We are gonna do an energy check-in for the week ahead. It feels a little bit like a coffee and tarot, though. I don't know why it's given that energy, but whatever. I do get a very what I'll call peaceful kind of energy. So it's a little bit like a very calm. You know, like when you go outside late at night and it's snowed and it's very quiet and calm, but I don't, it's like I'm being shied away from using the term quiet. And so there's something calm, making sure that, can you see everything? Okay. Calm. It's calm energy, very calm energy. Um, but that's about it. I noticed it before I was getting on and I thought, eh, you know how like like you can be on your bed and you have regular blankets and it's, you might feel a little bit like you can't settle in, but then you put a weighted blanket or like you put several blankets on so it weighs you down and it just there's a calm to the nervous system it feels, which gives a level of peace. So, let's go ahead and explore this a little bit. Let me give you my spiel. You are a sovereign being of your life. You get to determine if, how, when, where, why any messages might apply. My recommendation is never Cinderella shit to make it fit. Fantastic. Trying to think. Where are we starting? They're giving me that song again. Um, and it was at the last reading. It was a peaceful, easy feeling by the Eagles. Okay, so we're gonna start with new era elements. Energy was bebopping around from the different decks at first. I needed to wait until it was settled down. Good morning. Good Sunday morning. Yeah. I was gonna say I thought I had a big gap. I was like, what? There's an 8 of Wands. I don't know why, but they're having me bring this up. Um, I had to. So I have like a Keurig brewer, right? And while it's great and all, I have gravitated towards some of the other things that I really love, right? Like other ways to make coffee. My favorite, French press, and so because it can sit and steep for longer than what any kind of coffee pot would do, right? And they just lined up in my mind's eye all the appliances that have broken in the last 2 weeks for me, and I have at least a good 5 of them. One of them being my electric tea kettle, and another one being the actual French press. It cracked, like, and just crumbled, which is not an appliance, but it kinda is. It's like a staple in my kitchen. And then the frickin', microwave. And apparently there is a breaker switch inside the microwave. So like you know how like you can trip the breaker at your house with the outlets and stuff like that? Well, apparently your microwave or some microwaves have one internally and once it is flipped, you'd have to do like a whole brand new panel, which is the same cost as a new microwave. So I'm waiting for the new microwave. It's like a range microwave, so it goes over my stove. And there's a couple other things that have broken. I'm like, what is going on? Um, and I feel like, especially my electric tea kettle, that one peeves me off. And so I have no way to heat up anything except for on the stove. And I had to like and when things come out the Keurig, it's not hot enough for me. It gets really lukewarm as soon as you add anything like creamer or anything, and I'm like, "Ugh." So I made several cups of coffee, and then I boiled them on the stove so they would get hot enough. There's something there. There's something about there but because they're really harping on not the fact that I had to do all the extra work, but several things breaking down. And can I just tell you, coffee is like my most favoriteest thing. It's like a ritual for me. It's ceremony for me. I dance with my coffee in the kitchen in the morning, and I need that time. So when they take away almost every, and I'm just looking at Keurig like if you break down, I'm gonna go nuts. Because I'm also like, do I go ahead and go replenish these things or do I wait? Um, I don't know. So anyways, they're showing me my appliances all lined up. Like, like if I were to put them on the and they're all broke. Like the amount of and it's kind of like there's a sign there. And I don't know what it has to do with this reading or what they're trying to bring up, but like there's something there about so many all those things breaking. And then they're replaying the Eagles peaceful, easy feeling. 10 of Cups, replenish. Now, when because I just said, so like, like, do I replace them? Do I replenish my stash or do I wait? Um, there is a sense of like, because when I tell you, like, all of them impact the way I make coffee. I ended up having to, because I got tired, I wanted something closer to the French press. I ended up having to boil the water and put the coffee in the pot, and then I used, like, a strainer and cheesecloth to catch all the ground like, I was like, "I want some serious coffee." Um, and maybe it's breaking it down, like, you don't need all these other things or these other ways of doing it. You can, like, get real simple with something and still achieve the same thing. Like all these different ways that can make it easier. It's like the easiest way is the simplest way. The breaking it down, the old school, not fancifying something. That's what it feels like. Um, but 10 of Cups. Let's keep going. Let's figure out what this is. It does kind of add to the peaceful, easy feeling song where it's kind of like sometimes simple is best. Simple is, not overcomplicating something. You don't need all these contraptions to achieve this. Like old school, Fool, Queen of Cups, and the Page of Swords. Like not overcomplicating the process. So the Nine of Cups really focuses internally to me, the solitary energy. Like you being good no matter what's going on around you. 10 of Cups is the energy of that reciprocity, that exchange, where it's not just an internal, it is an external, where you're happy not just with who you are and with yourself, but it's almost as if those around you are happy or you're happy with your environment. There's this reciprocal exchange with the 10 of Cups. And they keep heavily singing that song, the Eagle song, with this particular card. And this reminds me of some of those places like off the coast of Oregon where you can, the coastline, where it's just the simplest pleasures, you know what I mean, in life, can make you the happiest. Like, there's just something with not overcomplicating a process. You don't have to overcomplicate the how. You don't have to have all these extra bells and whistles to make something happen you can still be happy with and still get the same outcome. Like that cup of coffee, like I can still get the same outcome. It's like breaking something down. Like somebody's trying to go through a process of something and they've got all these little things and it's like just break it down. Let's break this down. You can get through this process without all this extra little something. Break it down, get real simple with it and you'll still come out with the exact same outcome and you'll still be exceptionally happy. It is new, but they are focusing on. Okay. So at first it was like the leap of faith, but they're showing me they're like, no, 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 look at the baby. As when you have a baby, right? You can only do so much to prepare. You just have to do. You just have to be willing to do. Once the baby gets here, it's you're winging that shit, but you also got it. You know what I mean? Or think about how, like, with a baby, like, you get all the contraptions to try and take care of them, and simple old school methods are the best. You know, using one of those wraps and slinging them on your back, and they're the happiest, most healthy, well-rounded, well-rooted baby. You know, like all the contraptions in the world, and they don't like any of it. You know, that kind of stuff. It's kind of like, and I don't think that this is trying to take away from material things that someone might like. They really are emphasizing the process. Think of all the different contraptions there are to put a baby to sleep, and it's like, like, and I'm not down. This is not a knock on any parent. They're just giving me this as an example, like, because you got to do things, and if the baby just could go to sleep, and they're like, and so you do all these hooplas and all these little toys and all these just little tricks, and it's like old school. Slap them on your back. They'll go to sleep while you're doing stuff. It'll free you up. It's like you don't have to look at all these little, you know what I'm saying? So it's not a nod to saying not to want and desire materialistic. It's not even that whatsoever. They're talking about the process of something. It does not have to be overly complicated. So you might be thinking, I got to do X, Y, and Z, and I got to do all these things. And I got to do it like this. And it's like you're overcomplicating some kind of process and you need to break it down. And the overcomplication makes it seem, because when you add all these bells and whistles to how you're going to achieve something, you actually make it feel like you can't achieve it when, again, your all the appliances to help you make your coffee, except for the pot, break. It's like you could look at it like, oh, how am I going to do this? And how it's like, don't do that. Somebody needs to simplify the process and quit overcomplicating something. You don't have to have all these little whatevers to achieve something. I just feel like breaking it down and making it simple. Because I mean, what did people do before all the toys and all the little knickknacks and all the different things for babies? They managed. And there's no amount of preparation um prior to having a baby that makes you feel like you're ready. That you're good. Um so why stress yourself out beforehand? Okay. They have that song on blast in my head, and I'm trying to get it to go quiet because I'm like, "Look, let me." I mean, the simple very well may just be your intuition or the Queen of Cups. Looking to this, looking to that, there'll be this sign, there'll be this, and it's like, or and when this happens, then this will mean this, and how did it like, and it's kind of like, or when your intuition tells you, let's break it down and get real simple. You don't need all the bells and whistles. You just need your intuition. I These are really good cards. You have the 10 of cups, the fool, and the queen of cups. This is really feeling something, really experiencing something, allowing something to be a joy. You can stress yourself out um, about the hows and the whys and the ways in which you do something, but then you can rob yourself of the enjoyment of the actual experience itself. And I think a lot of new moms understand this, that sometimes we get so wrapped up in the thinking of all the different things in different way, and we don't just sit down and realize this time is going to be fleeting. You know what I'm saying? Not that a baby's not stressful. I'm just saying we overcomplicate shit sometimes and then create a ball of stress of our own that's in addition to what's already going to be naturally stressful. And so it's like and it robs us. I can remember rocking my son to sleep and I couldn't enjoy the moment because all I could think of were all the other things that I had to do, had to accomplish. Da, da, da. My brain was constantly going because I had some kind of like things needed to be whatever way, and it robbed me. I'm interested in the Page of Swords, so get ready to go is what I just heard. We have the Hermit with the Chariot. I heard me, myself, and I. I mean, it's kind of like getting up and going and not having carrying the weight of all the expectations of the house. Like, like I don't need all those appliances. I just need one pot. But they wanted to go, you just need me. Like, I just need me. That's what it felt like. The only thing that needs to be ready is you. The only thing that needs to be ready is you. That's the point. As long as you're ready, let's go, baby. Like, that's what it feels like. As long as you're in alignment, that's all that's necessary to move to for something to move forward, okay? But this chariot does feel like has some level of action behind it, like doing. We have the Seven of Swords. Or not Seven of Swords, Jesus. I knew exactly what I was talking about in my head. Seven of Pentacles for the love of God. Like that liminal space, that time where nothing has happened, and so you think that something's failed, like something's not gonna come to fruition, like something's not going to actuate. Um, I do get a feeling of, like, waiting is painful with this, But this also feels like just negative future casting. There may be something where nothing happens until it does. That all the events leading up to something happen out of purview, and so it gives the appearance of nothing happening, and then it does happen. There's something about giving the appearance of something being a failure or not occurring until it's within view. We have 2 sevens here, and we have the 7 of wands. I think this is talking about how it's like the only thing you need ready is you, and because you're not like there's this perception that I need the bells and whistles. I need the French press. I need the microwave. I need all these things to make something happen, and you don't have any of it. And spirit's like you just need you. You don't need any of those other things. And so there's this appearance or feeling as if something there's a failure. Like I don't have any of the things that I thought I would need or would have or would accumulate or the things that I thought would happen to make like within a particular process. And it's like that was never necessary for you to move forward. Just you. It was just you. And so there's a level of like needing to have confidence within oneself because I think somebody's looking to the external things as an indication, like, like, how am I gonna make my coffee? I don't have any other ways that I would make my coffee. How am I gonna, oh my, and it's like, have confidence in yourself, Shauna. You're you're resourceful. Fucking think for a second. You can do this. Like, I mean, like I didn't need all those things. And so yeah, the 7 of wands is about having the confidence despite feeling like you don't have evidence of anything and that any of the things that you thought would happen to make like I don't know, there's just something that you have anchored into as like either evidence or like I'll know the things are on par if this, and this. They keep telling me it's a process, but you're not seeing certain things in the process you thought you would see. And so it's like evidence to you that things are moving along. And they're like, no, the only thing that propels something along and moves it along is you. So you're the only necessary component to this at all. And so it's kind of like having confidence despite not seeing anything, feeling like again, 7 of Pentacles, nothing has broken ground. There's zero physical evidence of anything. And yet you're still supposed to have confidence because all that's necessary is you to move something forward. We do have the 2 of Cups. It has a bit of a blank energy right now, so we're just gonna there is a coming together of something, like aligning with something, because it comes out with the 4 of Wands. Yes, this could be love, but this could also be something else because the 4 of Wands does talk about a foundation, a stability, a home. Um, let's explore this. So you thought certain parts of a process were an indication that things are moving along. Those aspects and parts of this process are not there. It was like your guidepost to know that things were happening and you're not being given anything. And they're saying the only thing that dictates you achieving something, moving towards something is you. And as long as you're in alignment, things are going to move forward very quickly. As long as you keep your shit together. I don't know what you thought would happen as a part of some kind of process to make something happen. I don't know what you thought you would be evidence that things were moving along, but they're like the only thing. Eight of Wands again. That happened earlier when I was doing this one. Eight of Wands showed up on a split. That's spirit moving things along right there. There's also this between two Eight of Wands and the Page of Swords. There is a sense of information or communication coming through, but they haven't really expanded on that, so I'm not going to go there. But Eight of Wands is the energy of things moving through, like happening almost suddenly or instantaneously. Yeah, you are really looking for something. We have the Queen of Swords with all these eyeballs all over it. You've got the book that's open. You kind of you're like, I know what's supposed to happen, but you don't necessarily. So you're looking for the evidence of what's supposed to happen, right? Only the egg is gone, which kind of indicates you might be questioning: is this happening or is this not? Because if the egg's gone, it's like, oh, the egg represents the new beginning. So is it not happening? Is this thing not popping off? That's not it at all. The egg's been broken. The egg is but you're still looking like you don't see it. It is happening. Ace of Wands. Funny enough, with this particular Queen of Swords, she has a sword in one hand and a freaking wand in the other one. This is the wand. There will be action. But the wand is also kind of like we always talk about, like the propagation, like when you cut off a part of a rose bush that was dying and you stick it in a pot, it'll grow again. And we have this Seven of Pentacles, which is the idea of planting seeds and nothing growing. There's something in that. A seed is something that has to germinate over time. When you propagate, it doesn't. It's like something new. You're not starting from scratch there. Something new coming from something that's existing. Something new coming from something that's existing. Maybe the things that you keep looking for. Again, that would be the pot. Like, follow me. Today's the day of analogies, okay? Thinking I can't make any coffee. It's like rebranding something that's already been. Does that make sense? Like, oh, like the repurposing something. Like it comes from something that's already existing with it, maybe a different purpose. Um, so the evidence or the proof of life that something is moving along is probably coming in a way that you didn't anticipate. You're looking for new. Hear me out. You're looking for new things to pop up from the ground, and it's coming from something that's existing. So whatever the and like all the appliances that I told you about, the microwave, the French press, all the things, all those are like these newfangled. The pot, the most old school tool you could fucking think of. So you're looking for new things to happen to show you as like something new in your life as evidence that the process is happening. And they're like, look to the old things. Look to things that are already existing in your life. That's the indication. Okay. Page of Pentacles. That's how this new path will unwind. That's how it's going to begin. You're looking for something new to come in as an indication of something. And they're like, it's your new path comes from something already in existence in your life. It's like, look to the old. We have the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. You nurture that, and that's where your Empress, like, that's where it's something that you are currently nurturing or that you, okay, you're moving along. You're like looking for some some new things along your path to be an indication that things are moving along. You're looking in the wrong direction, you're looking at the wrong thing. The new life doesn't come from these like the like new little evidences in your life is not what's going to tell you something is moving along in a particular direction or that you're moving along in a path or that things are beginning. Um, look to something that's already there. So it's like you're looking for something to break ground, and it's like, look around, it's already there. Because the Queen of Pentacles is a nurturing energy. She cultivates and she nurtures something into Empress status, into abundance. It's the nurturing and cultivating that births something. Okay, can we get a little more specific? Because we are very much into all these woo up here. King of Cups, Seven of Cups. Feels like that brings a bit of confusion to somebody. King of Cups is someone trying that really withholds and doesn't just he doesn't again, he's very discerning about where he pours his energy, emotions, all of that kind of stuff. Um, I just heard your way forward is through something already there. Now, we did say you are the key. Why are we being so cryptic? This feels like this is the energy of whoever I'm reading for. You're just kind of like you know the answers there, and you're like you're trying to. That's why the peaceful, easy feel. Like I was like, it's not. You know, like the quiet. Like you're trying to get quiet. You're trying to calm down. You're trying to hear. You're trying to feel. Ten of Cups for the second time. I'm gonna pull a different deck. You're trying to decode something. You're trying to listen. On the 7 of Cups, most of the cups, you're correct, they are not it. This one cup towards the front, it has the baby, the fetus is depicted on all of these on a bunch of the cards here, to indicate the new beginning, like, that's the one. So I'm trying to feel what it's like for you to sit and kinda think through something. Because when you feel like you've missed something, the most obvious thing can be missed. Like, when I was trying to figure out my coffee, I was like, "The fuck? How am I can't even heat anything up," and they're like, "You can't? Seriously? You can't? Oh, I wonder how you could heat something up. Uh, let's think on this a minute." And it was literally so the answer is within you. We've talked about your intuition. We've talked about you are the key. You know the answer to this. You need to there's that's the thing. You need to enter in a zen space because the trying to figure it out and trying to decipher something. And no. Queen of Swords it, really think through something and figure it out. Where is it at? Where is it at? I don't see it. Like all I had to do was sit for a fucking moment. And it was like, oh, a pot, Shauna. Um, a pot. And so it's kind of like you're the answer to figuring out whatever this is. It's like a new path comes from giving life to something that's already there or something that begins to grow or something that you nurture. That's something already in existence. You nurture and that's your path. That's what takes you somewhere. You over here and like King of Cups. How do I do this? How do I da-da-da-da?" It's already there. I got a really strong hit. So somebody must be thinking this. This is not if it's like love, I promise you, they are not telling you to go back to somebody old that you've already been with. But they may be saying the person that you seek, you've already met. But this is not like I'm going back to an ex or I'm going back to whatever it is. Like, oh, what you seek is already like that's not what they mean. Because they just showed me the King of Cups with the Queen of Cups. And they're like, those are a match. But it's something or someone you overlooked. Like it's as plain as day and in front of your face. Could even be something that you desired at one point, but are completely overlooking because we have the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is where new life buds from the wand, from the stick. Um, an old desire, an old feeling. That's where your new path. Let's find out. We need to. Why we gotta like? I feel like the reason this feels so sticky, and this is your energy. It's mimicking your energy. Tell me about the Page of Swords, please. Let's expand on that. So we got the Seven of Swords, and they said gaslighting yourself. Gaslighting yourself. So, like, Seven Swords can be like the illusion or lying to oneself. Uh, uh, but they're giving me gaslighting yourself into thinking something's not what it is. What's that got to do with the Page of Swords, please? Two of Cups. Uh-huh. Something is for you that you said, no, it's not. Something or someone is for you, and you've said, "No, no, it's not." But again, this is like maybe you thought whatever initial desire, because again, the Ace of Wands, you take an existing stick, a piece of like a dying rose bush, and put it somewhere, and it will grow. So it was something that may have bloomed before, but died off, and it's like being resurrected. That's the key to your path. But it was a desire at one point that kind of just fizzled out. That's what the Ace of Wands is about. Something that you're like, "Oh," and then it's like, you gaslit yourself. I think that bad boy flipped all the way. Okay. Ooh, son. What? What? Six of Pentacles. Okay, so this is has anything to do with love. This King of Cups energy. Someone here has a lot of options, Seven of Cups. And it's like something gets lost in the sauce. Like something is like, no, that wouldn't be, and you gaslit yourself. You lied to yourself about what is actually for you. Like what would be a true, like what is actual, an old desire comes back to life, and you find out that that is the path forward. Someone thought that they would receive some kind of like, "Oh," indications, those things on your like, "Oh, these things will happen." Um, but it's not external evidence, that's going to tell you, it's something internal, it's you. The only reason this old desire did not it died off was because of you. So apparently you're the key. You don't need all these other things to happen for you in order to have this new path, or whatever this path is. It's just you yourself. That's it. Just you. This desire could be a person, or the desire could be like a dream, a goal that you felt like, it'll never happen. It's not for me. You gaslit yourself into thinking. And so it kind of just fizzled out like the rose bush that dies. And it's kind of like you and only you can bring it back to life. It's like taking that old desire, propagating it, nurturing it, and letting something come from it. So while somebody has been, again, my desire was coffee. It's like I'm looking at all these, you know what I mean? And it's like because these other, maybe you were presented with newer desires, the newer, and it's like, oh, I guess I'm not gonna get what I want, my dream, my wish, which you all know I love me some coffee. Um, I have been instructed on a number of occasions to cut back or cut it out completely, and I'm like, "I know you lying, because that shit ain't real. I love it too much. It's not happening. I will do a better job, but I will not cut it out." Um, so if something hasn't, again, I get this weird feeling like I feel like something's supposed to happen, and I'm looking for evidence of it, looking for it showing up in my life, looking for something. I know Queen of Swords over here with the book that's open. I know something's supposed to happen. What the fuck? I know this is it. and I'm thinking, this and this and this, and I'm looking for something new in my life to show me as an indication. I'm looking at nothing but new areas, new avenues, new ways, new whatevers. Meanwhile, what I feel like should be moving forward, what I feel is there for me, is already there for me. But I overlooked it, dismissed it, and gaslit myself into believing, nah, time to revisit something. Because, dare I say, that's the key to this new path, this new life. The Ace of Wands does talk about a new life growing from something old. So there was something. And again, King of Cups, very confused, not really sure either what direction or what to pour their energy into, because they're still seeking either something new, like someone, you're really looking for something brand new, sparkly, whatever, as the thing, the answer to your goal or the answer to your dream, your wish, your want, your desire. And they're like, you already had the answer to your dream, your goal, your wish, your want, your desire. You overlooked it. Now we're getting there. Yeah, mother frickin'. Okay, Six of Pentacles. This is the receiving energy. I heard you can have it if you want it. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? So we have the Emperor, Ten of Pentacles, and the Empress. Your happily ever after. The path you see before you, because the Page of Pentacles delivers the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles grows to the Ten of Pentacles. Your legacy, your longevity, the your future, okay, is already within your reach. There's a, are you willing to accept it? Somebody either needs to accept something or somebody needs to reach out to something. And I need to change to someone, to someone. There is a perfect match here in somebody's future. We cannot ignore this any longer. I can't pretend. I can't try to open this up to other avenues. Not to say that up to this point, it hasn't, but there's a perfect match here. Two of Cups twice. We have the Four of Wands. We have the King of Cups to the Queen of Cups. And we have the Emperor to the Empress. There is a perfect match here. And somebody, because it was already in your environment, something must have sparked you initially already, and you gaslit yourself into believing, no, that's not real. No, that's not it. No, they're not it. For whatever reason. Only now to be like, I thought, looking for something new, looking for events or things to happen in your life to give you an indication. And they're like, you already fucking know. You already had the spark. You already looked at something. Like, why are you looking for all these extras? You don't need any further evidence. It's not coming from a new source. It's coming from something that you need to turn back around and bring back to life. Like, the answer's already there. I feel like saying they are already there. That's why they kept screaming peaceful, easy feeling because that particular song is about coupling. Let me fucking get it for you. Let me get it. Like somebody feels very there's a major level of peace when this is realized and when someone feels like they can move along on this. Because somebody's not experiencing a sense of calm or peace um, as of yet, but once someone allows themselves to come into union, when they are willing to receive this, they get the Four of Swords. So I'm going to read and dare I say, it's the King of Cups. That's the motherfucker that's confused because we had the Ten of Cups, Fool, and the Queen of Cups. Like your perfect harmonious exchange and existence and utter joy where it's not just you, it's the reciprocal energy. This new potential is with the Queen of Cups. So it's probably on the King of Cups to initiate something. Because Page of Swords with all those Eight of Wands, it's communicate, it's talk. And I'm gonna give you all the lyrics. Peaceful. Okay. This is so sweet. I like the way your sparkling earrings lay against your skin. It's so brown. And I want to sleep with you in the desert tonight with a billion stars all around. Because I've got a peaceful, easy feeling. And I know you won't let me down. Because I'm already standing on the ground. And I found out a long time ago what a woman can do to your soul. She can't take you anywhere you don't already know how to go. I did not realize I get this feeling I may know you. I didn't realize that was a part. Man, that's why they were screaming it at me. I should have just read the fucking lyrics to begin with. I was like, it was for a reason, motherfuckers, for a reason, okay? But this voice keeps whispering in my other ear. It tells me I may never see you again. Okay. It's this person is already in I hate to say it like this, in your energetic field. And someone just needs to revisit an old spark, an old desire that they talk themselves, that's not them, that's not nothing. It can't nothing can happen there. That's not nothing. Because this doesn't feel like actually somebody that's someone's friend, but these paths have crossed already. Four swords, peaceful, easy feeling will come from this okay. And the hermit, only you can move it forward. You're the only thing that's necessary to move it forward. Okay. Oh, I get it. Something never got off the ground. The 7 of Pentacles. Remember I said never you're waiting for something to sprout. Again, constantly looking for evidence of something. And it's like this person is the one that knows. So the King of Cup knows. King of Cup looking for evidence, looking for proof of something, looking for something new to kind of like, and it's like you already know. It's a cross between I want further evidence that something is something. I want further external evidence and proof that someone is something that I should turn back around. I do get the sense that at some point after gaslighting themselves, they kept looking for something new. They're like, I feel something. Where is it? And it's like it's already here. I don't want to say they overlooked it because I feel like they didn't. They didn't overlook this person. They just lied to themselves. Why? Let's help this motherfucker out. Azathoth Tarot. Why? Yeah, because in the Six of Pentacles, one person gives and one person receives. And I think it has to be the Emperor that gives to make something happen. Or the King of Cups, whatever you want to call this dude, this person. What do we need? What needs to? Page of Wands. Yeah, the king of this. They're gonna have to initiate. We have the King of Swords, which is the decider. He decides. But in his decision making, it requires action. Otherwise, it's just a thought, right? So somebody needs to decide to initiate something. Page of Wands. There's an initiation here. There's a um, bringing something back to life. Six of Pentacles, same energy. Initiate. Same. Ten of Cups again. I'm just gonna say, does the King of Cups know this, or does it like as soon as we? It's almost like as soon as the king hears this, the king's like maybe it lands, um, with this information, or maybe this is just the boost they need. We have Justice, Page of Swords. They're gonna have to make it right. This motherfucker's gonna have to make it right. They're the ones that have to make it right. There's something about it's only right that they initiate the communication. Why? Why? Because it doesn't feel like it ever got off the ground before. So why would they it doesn't feel like they did anything wrong other than lie to themselves. There was a spark, there was a desire, there was an interest, and then they never yep, it almost came out my mouth. They never pursued it. They just gaslit themselves. So why is it on the Five of Pentacles? Hold on, because it's like on them that something didn't start. So they've gotta cross that ground. Six of Swords, like they have to make the peace offering. It's not a peace offering though. I don't feel anything. Again, when you have options like the Seven of Cups, and you're like, you know, they really didn't think it was an option though. It feels very one sided. But they're the ones that's gonna have to cross or bridge the gap between. There we go. I think the Queen of Cups has no clue that this has ever happened. Because again, unless he bridges the gap, nothing's going to happen. Ten of Swords, it's gonna die right where it lays. Either take a leap of faith, which we got before, or I don't know. Remember I said they keep looking for like you can achieve the same goal with old school tactics. All you got to do is hit somebody up. But they're looking for some new way. See, I knew it. Okay. That's why, like, no, how am I supposed to communicate? How am I supposed to bridge the gap? I don't have my French press. I don't have my microwave. Well, Shauna, it's called a fucking pot. It's called a fucking pot. Like it's like think about it, motherfucker. How before the internet, before this, before that, how did people connect? I wonder. Like you gotta have some new oh, so this motherfucker does know. See? Fucking Page of Pentacles again. So this motherfucker does know. They was confused at one point, but they're not anymore. They do know. They've revisited the spark, the aha. They're looking for a new way. I need a new in. I need a new in. How do I get in? How do I approach? How do I, they're waiting for something new to happen. Like either like I'll just wait for the next opportunity to talk to them. And then they don't see them out. They don't see them anywhere. They don't blah blah blah. Blah. The people aren't, the Queen of Cups isn't posting comments to them. The Queen of Cups isn't reaching out. Like they're waiting for something new as evidence that this path is still available or that they can go down this path. When really what they got to do is they got to be the one to nurture it. They got to be the Queen of Pentacles to like pour into this, to propagate this, to bring it back to life. And they're like, "How do I do this?" And Spirit's like, "Really? Fucking reach out. Are you serious?" It's like I've got to like if the universe presents me with another opportunity, then I'll know for sure, motherfucker. The only thing, Hermit, that's going to move this forward, Chariot, is you. Well, now we get down to it. Okay. All that, all that, like I feel like there's mental fucking gymnastics with this motherfucker. So it's like either you initiate and you start something or it's dead where it sits right now because you're the only one that gets to bridge this gap, motherfucker. You're the only one. I mean, the Queen of Cups has no clue. They've not even spoken on this poor soul. No clue that this is interested in anything. And you're just waiting for the universe to like, uh give me a way, universe, so that I can so that I can. So it's almost like it's like it serves multiple purposes. But the universe gives them hand delivers them a new opportunity or a way to communicate with this person. It's a sign that I'm supposed, you know what I mean? Like I'm looking for something new. I feel like this person absolutely because we talked about the seeds, right? Seven, some like they got me to the point where like, no, 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 it's not somebody new. I'm like, this motherfucker got to the point where they realize a desire and a spark that they have is kind of coming back to life for somebody. And that Yeah. Because there's a waiting period. If you wait for some new opportunity, right? The seed has to germinate and kind of like spirits like I already gave you one. I can't determine if I feel like this motherfucker's entitled or just a scaredy cat. Like I'm like, what? The universe is gonna give me a new opportunity to connect with somebody, and that's gonna be my sign that it's supposed to. You've already been given signs. You've already been given away. You let it die off. It's your motherfucking choice now. Leave it dead where it sits, Ten of Swords, or you reach the fuck out, old school way. Hey, I just wanted to blah blah blah. Quit trying to make things look natural, like you're not, like you want somebody. Pursue the bitch. Don't be waiting for the universe to give you this whatever. Like, are you serious right now? Of course, there is the question of when someone gives, will the other person receive it? But it's like, I don't get the sense that the Queen of Cups wouldn't, because the Queen of Cups has no clue this motherfucker ever went through this whole gaslighting themselves, having interest, then like moving on, trying to find and then coming back to an old flame, Ace of Wands, like a spark within, and being like, how do I bring it back to life? How do I get like you, you motherfucker, you bring it back to life. Confidence, self-confidence, Seven of Wands, confidence. You gotta have confidence. You gotta have a backbone, right? Like, so many people are so used to. People have lost the ability and the skill to connect with individuals organically. It seems scary. You know what I mean? There's so many ways now that we can connect with people that kind of takes the pressure off of it. Like where because of social media, we can kind of like just post and then see if somebody responds. And it's like this cat and mouse game, and it's like that's not going to happen now. That's not how this is. You gotta go old school. Remember, I said old school, the pot. You gotta go old school, motherfucker. You have to actually articulate your interest in somebody and ask them out on a date or tell them you'd like to get to know that. Like, you have to be vulnerable. Oh my God. Sure, it's a lot easier when somebody's like when you're shooting the shit online or shooting the shit around or you wait for to bump into each other at the grocery store, like, oh my God, what a coinky dink is I'm seeing you here. Instead of being bold. Wow. I'm sure it is nerve-wracking, dude. I'm sure it is. Put your big boy pants on. Especially when poor Queen of Cups, we ain't got shit on her. She's oblivious. And like you're just like, no, no. Well, this is hilarious. Hello. Hold on. It would trigger me too. All right. Anything else you want to tell this person? All that just to get here. Wheel of Fortune, Two of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Five of Wands. Yeah, there's gonna be no third energy helping you out with this, okay? Because I get Three of Cups with the Five of Wands, it's like, that will overcomplicate something. Again, they're waiting for some external I don't know, a friend, something happen on social media to happenstance run into I don't know what this is, but they wanna, like they don't want the direct route, but that's gonna cause problems, Five of Wands, okay? You wanna turn things around? You either shit or get off the pot. You either do it or you don't. Make up your mind. Two of Pentacles is you change. Like, you have to make the change. Wheel of Fortune and change. You have to do this. To turn things around, you have to do this. Because the idea is the course that you're going isn't gonna work, basically. You're gonna have to go old school. That was pulling some teeth to get through that fucking analogy. Queen of Wands, she ain't budging. She'll receive, but she ain't but like it's not on her. It's and I say her proverbially, like, like there's someone definitely in that's meant to be in a feminine energy. And someone that is supposed to be like an initiator, more masculine energy here. Um, Queen of Wands, she's like Queen of Wands. Are you serious? Open, receptive, but Lord have mercy, she's not does not seek things out. This Queen of Cups is Empress. Queen of Wands energy is literally just chilling, just sitting pretty, doing their own thing. I don't know what to tell you, dude. But they are in a receptive state, so either you take advantage of that, or it's dead where it sits. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Tower. We have an Eight of Cups here. It feels like something's faded here because the Eight of Cups definitely feels like leaving the old tactics behind, leaving how they used to operate behind. Um, I mean, Eight of Cups leads to Nine of Cups, the wish fulfillment. I feel like with the Four of Swords here, it's like coming to some resolution that of what needs to happen, like finding peace with what needs to occur. You either leave old tactics and whatever that is behind, to come to because again, this is the card of it says truce at the top. It's like they have to bridge the gap. They have to bridge the gap. In the Eight of Cups, the whole point is you're moving towards your wish fulfillment. And for what, the fourth time we have the Ten of Cups? Oh, we had three Ten of Cups and one Ten of Pentacles. I do feel like this is meant to happen, but also it is set up so where it feels like this is a fated encounter. You've got Emperor to Empress, King of Cups to Queen of Cups. You got the Two of Cups twice, the Four of Wands. Like, it's meant to happen, but it's also meant to happen this way, where somebody old school. It's like the willingness to go after what they want and desire and being vulnerable in that. It gives, honestly, like this person really hasn't ever had to do that because if they're waiting for some kind of magical second coming or some shit, like something to help, like they've probably always had things where I mean, like the idea of I'll post something and they'll comment. This person must be pursued a lot, like fawned over, because it seems very like they're used to things. I'll just wait for things to kind of like come back around. They're used to like ease of access to people. It feels like to me, meaning like people incessantly like commenting on their posts or people seeking them out. Like it's like they're waiting for the opportunity. So they've never really had to pursue. They might initiate, but they've not had to pursue somebody. This is a Queen of Wands. You will have to pursue them. And that seems intentional with the tower, because the tower is a fated way, it's fate. It's something it's written, like you don't have control over this. Um, that's why it's dead where it sits if he doesn't initiate and bridge the gap. This is old school. You want someone, you go after them, you court them, you whatever it is. It's funny. It requires true confidence. For somebody who consistently waits for something like external proof and is used to not having to put themselves out there this much, um, calls into question just how much self confidence they really actually had all along. Because this is a very nervous energy. That's why this card is called bravery. It really does require a sense of bravery on their part to they've I feel like they've only accessed opportunities that met them halfway. There's a lesson here for them. What is really meant for you, you will have to take a leap of faith, be brave with. Um, Go about with vulnerability without all the bells and whistles. There's a putting yourself out there energy. They've only connected with those that they didn't have to put themselves out there that much because they were in the Queen of Wands energy and things just came to them. Mhm. This is breaking a pattern because obviously whatever they ended up with was not what they wanted. And now what they want, they've got to It sets the tone for the dynamic. This isn't somebody that's not hardworking, but they've taken their role as the King of Cups where they're exceptionally discerning and not pouring their energy into just anything to a level where, like, maybe others had to prove themselves by, you know what I mean? Like, but in this one, they have to prove themselves. Anything else you want to tell this motherfucker? They just gave me another King of Cups. See, when people come to them and meet them halfway and give some where they can anchor in, okay, this, like they would use it as like like an anchor, as like a marker for, okay, this could be sick. You know what I mean? Um, my King of Cup, like, is there really a decision in that? If you're being chosen first, it's really easy to go, okay, now I'll pour into this. Like, they thought that was a true indication that it was worth pouring into, and it wasn't. King cups wouldn't need those external factors to tell them it's worth pouring into somebody, they would know. And that's what needs to they need to trust their intuition, their knowing. They need to be the King of Cups. Because is it really a choice if spirit brings it to you and puts it on a silver platter for you? I don't think it is. Kinda letting spirit decide for you at that point. God dang it. 9 of Pentacles, Devil, and the 4 of Pentacles. Whatever loop they're on, I fear has served their ego to a certain degree. It seems as if they've never really known when, again, 4 Pentacles, when to invest, when not. They've never really known if somebody was actually worth investing in, because it's like they got chosen first before they then would choose. That's the wrong way to determine whether or not somebody's worth investing in. Somebody has a sense of status. 9 of Pentacles. And that might be why they got into this loop, the Devil card, this pattern. It's like to save face. Wow. Poor baby. I feel like trying to save face because of some sense of status and always using, like, that as your guidepost. Spirit's trying to break a motherfucker of a pattern here. And that's why this has to happen the way it's supposed to happen. This is their lesson. I'm gonna leave it there. Okie dokie. That was a lot. Um, I don't know if this person has ever really experienced the peaceful, easy feeling that they could have with this person because of how they've chosen. We use that term loosely. So when people pursue you for your status, and then you use that as an indicator that, oh, this must, you know what I mean? Like this is a, they're invested, so it's worth me investing. Motherfucker, are you serious? Are you serious right now? So, however this is transpiring is meant to break a pattern because whatever this relationship potential is, it cannot start in that kind of energy. This person must pursue the other person, which is probably why the Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, Empress energy has no clue that King of Cups has even ever had a spark or anything for this person. They seem oblivious to the potential that exists. Not to say that this person hasn't ever also clocked the Emperor or the King of Cups, but the Empress doesn't clamor to get the attention of somebody. And there would be the assumption that if you're an emperor, you would have the balls the balls to to tell somebody, at least speak to them. Because that's really what all this is encouraging. Old school. Fucking talk to them. What do you mean you need some kind of newfangled way to like approach them? Why would this queen empress think this motherfucker, they're even on this motherfucker's radar when this motherfucker don't even talk to them? You can't even talk to them? I think somebody's ego is getting in check. Somebody who doesn't realize that their ego has done this, that they've allowed this to happen in this very particular area of life. Because they are an emperor, but there's a pattern that has to be broke here. So, and they're the only one that can do it. There you be. In case there was some masculine energy out there wondering, how come? Well, motherfucker. Well, alrighty. That's the message. Everybody has a fantastic day, and I will see you at the next reading.